and welcome. So in today's video I thought I would show my Disney pin collection and hello. Would you like to introduce this video? Okay, well you're doing a really bad job of it. You're like right in the middle of the frame. This is Gallivant. Well, he does not collect Disney pins. I do. I've been collecting them for a really long time, kind of on and off, and I don't have a huge cat. I love every pin that I have. I don't really have a lot that I don't really care for, and the ones that I don't care for, I don't display. I love my pins, and I'm sure this is going to be a really long video with me just going over every single one and kind of like showing them up close and personal. So let's just stop this intro and go ahead and get into it. Okay, so yes? Would you like to start this? Huh? Yeah? Okay, so to fully display them all and to get really up close to them, I'm not going to be taking them off the boards because I've had a few break on me just like whenever I've been rearranging them. So, you know, I try not to move them as much as possible. But these are all my pins. I have just enough room for all my pins. I actually only have one space left. I mean, technically two, but this one has a chain to it, so it like dangles down and takes up 2 spaces. But still, like, if I'm gonna want more pins, I'm gonna need to buy a new board. So it's perfect for me right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the collections, like the specific collections, which is this board right here. An overview of this board, you can kind of see all of them. Right here, we have my Up collection, and then over here we have my other big collection, which is my Villains and Haunted Mansion, like just spooky pins. And then my smaller collections are Jungle Book, Figment, and then I didn't realize it until like I was like reorganizing this stuff, but I have quite a few Monsters Inc. pins and Stitch pins, so you know, maybe I'll collect those, maybe I won't. And then right here in the middle are my partners pins. That's what we have going on this board, so let's go ahead and get into it. Up here at the very top we have this Syndrome pin that is like, I think it's like in the superhero collection. And then right underneath it, this is a pin from an Etsy shop. I think it's Nikki something. I'll put it up on the screen. But it is a Madame Leota pin. And then next up we have Maleficent is the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom pin, and I really missed that game. I'm so sad they took it away. Next we have a Hades pin that was in a mystery blind bag, as well as a Cruella that was in the same collection. And I don't have this whole collection, but I have a good chunk of them, I'm pretty sure. Next up we have, this is a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party pin, and it's a hinge pin, but the hinge broke whenever I was moving, so it just looks like this. This is what the hinge looks like. It's from 2017, and when you flip it open, it has a skull. So yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. And then we have a Shere Khan pin, and then underneath that we have a, I always forget his name, but another Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom pin. This is the villain from Pocahontas. And then right beside that we have a Lotso lollipop pin that I'm pretty sure is from Hong Kong. Yeah, it's from Hong Kong. And then we have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2018 pin. It's just goofy, you know, I figured since it was Halloween, it could go on my spooky ones, even though it looks the least scary with Goofy in a popcorn bucket. Next we have Randall. He's from a Monsters University blind bag, and he's not really a villain in Monsters University, but he is a villain in Monsters, Inc., and he really fits the aesthetic over here because a lot of the pins are purple. So this is where he goes. Next we have a Mickey Ears Maleficent pin. That is a another blind bag. And then we have this Haunted Mansion pin that says Bride and Doom on it, and then it's a hinge pin. So lifting this up, you can see Constance, and you can cover her up with her flowers and hatchet. And I just really like this pin. It's one of my favorites because Constance is one of my favorite like Disney ride characters. Then above that we have Scar and the hyenas, and then we have a Villain Life pin that is also from another Etsy shop. And then above that we have the Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp. And then besides that we have another one in the superhero or comic book series, I can't remember, but I kept it in the plastic baggie because it looks like a comic book and you always keep your comic books in the plastic sleeves. And this is Big Hero 6, the man with the kabuki mask. Oh, there it is, the Heroes and Villains Epic Showdown series. And yeah, I really like this one. I would definitely want to collect a whole bunch of these if I could. Then next we have another Etsy shop pin, which is Disney Till I Die. This is Ursula, another Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom pin. And then we have Jafar, who's in that like cutie little villain blind bag. The same with Mother Gothel. Then we have another 2017 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party with Mickey as a vampire. Then we have Scar in that cute little blind bag. And then the last Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom pin that I have, which is Cruella de Vil. And then right beside them, we have this really cool, really big Maleficent pin. And if you can see, like it's kind of, her cape is kind of like glittery. Which I really like this pin a whole lot. This pin actually comes in a box that so you can like sit it up and not have it displayed, but it's easier for me to have it displayed than having it in this box. But like this is the back of the box. Whoops. So it's a fig pin, and they had a whole bunch of these, but I only got Maleficent because she's my favorite villain. And then above that we have Hades' teeth in the Hidden Mickey set. And then we have this cool magic, or this cool pin pack that had all these like really colorful, uniquely designed villains. This is the Evil Queen in Snow White. We have Ursula's teeth. Then we have another one from that cool pin set, and this is Dr. Facilier. We have Maleficent's smile in the Hidden Mickey collection. And then above that, we have another Haunted Mansion pin with Constance again in front of the mansion. And then besides that, this is not a villain pin, but you know, we got to work with the space we have. But it's a I Heart Disney Pins pin. And sadly, this one's a fake. I know there are some of my pins in my collection that are fakes. Very aware of them. But at the end of the day, I like this pin. If I ever find a real one, I'll definitely trade it out. But the collection's for me. I'm not trying to sell it. I'm not trying to... And so, since I'm not trying to sell it and I'm just wanting to keep them for myself, I don't really care if they're fakes or not. As long as I'm trading them in the parks. Like, I got this one in the parks. Now, if I'm trading with someone and we're not at the parks, I definitely don't appreciate getting fake pins. But when I'm trading with cast members in the parks, it's kind of inevitable. So, yeah. So it's sad that this is a fake, but maybe one day we'll get a real one. Next, we have a Jafar one. And I really like the snake on this one. And then we have a Scar one that I think this was in a mystery blind bag, but you have the little silhouette of Simba inside it. And then underneath that is a Stitch pin, which this is a part of my partner's collection. Again, a space thing, just kind of squeezing them in where I can. But then underneath is Chernobyl with a Fantasia Mickey silhouette. And I think these two were in the same blind bag, if I'm not mistaken. And then the last really cool colored one is Ursula. I really like this one a lot. The last spooky Halloween pin we have is this little alien in a pumpkin. I think this one is also from Hong Kong. Again, the same as the Goofy one. Do they totally fit? No. You know, it's spooky Halloween vibes. So, you know, we're taking it. And then underneath that I have this Magic Music Days pin from a long time ago. This was one of the first pins I ever got, and I don't remember where I got it, but you know, I have it. And then next up we have my Jungle Book collection. And so it's really tiny. We have Mowgli as a hidden Mickey pin, and again, I'm pretty sure this one's a fake. A few years ago, they did a series of pins like this where it was like these quotes, and it was like a Baloo bear, and it had this pin set and a mug and all this stuff, and so I got the bear, Baloo. Then I got the quote, "Forget about your worries and your strife," in a cute little frame, and I got Bagheera. And then the last pin I have is Mowgli and Bagheera. Bagheera seeing Mowgli as a baby. And the reason I really want to collect Jungle Book is because my dog is named Mowgli and my cat is named Bagheera. And so, yeah, I just think it's perfect. And then above that, we're getting into my partner's collection. So we have another one of the set. His favorite movie is Mulan. So we have the Lucky Cricket. We have the quote, the flower that blooms in adversity is the most beautiful of them all. And Mushu, and I'm pretty sure Mushu was the stuffed animal. And then we have this Pizza planet with an alien on it. And then we have another little chibi Mushu. I'm kind of going all over the place since I started with these three, but the next one is a little Stitch pin. Then up next is this like gear steampunky type Stitch, which I really like. Maybe one day it will become part of my collection and not his. And then above that we have another Stitch that I gave him. Where he has the hat on, and he doesn't have his cape, but it's definitely from that scene in the movie. And then we have, I can't remember what the collection was, but it had like this stuffed animals. It was all these Mickeys in different colors. And this is the September 2018 ones. And that was the month we got married. So even though I do not like this face at all, I keep these pins mainly for that reason. But if we didn't have that sentimental value with them, we would probably get rid of them. And then right in the middle is My World Revolves Around Pizza, and it's a spinner pin. And surprisingly, this pin only has one pin back on it, which is very scary because it's a very heavy pin. And then I'm going to go ahead and go straight over this side to just keep all of his pins together. He has a chibi Mickey and Minnie that I think are in the same mystery blind bag as this Mushu one, but I can't remember. But yeah, those are his pins. And then if we come up here, we have the very beginnings of my Figment collection. I really try hard not to just keep creating tons of collections but you know, sometimes it just happens. And this is one of the cases where it just kind of happens. I can't help it. I can't hold myself back anymore. I need to buy Figment stuff. I need to just embrace it. So we have this chaser pin with Figment's head in Spaceship Earth, and it's a hidden Mickey one. Then we have this Food and Wine that has Figment on it, and this is probably one of my favorite Food and Wine Festival pins ever. It reminds me of Schoolhouse Rock a lot. And then we have this adorable little, like, I don't know what art style this is, but Figment is adorable in it. And then we have this 50th anniversary Figment with Spaceship Earth again. And then right underneath that, we have a ticket for, you know, Disney World with Figment's head on it. Next, we'll do my Monsters, Inc. pins, which we have up here is not a Monsters, Inc. pin, but again, we just need placements, places. It's a Walt Disney World pendant. And again, I'm pretty sure this one's a fake, but we'll live with it. And this one is not technically a Disney pin. I think it's a Loungefly pin. And I don't get many of these, but I thought this one was so cute. It opens up and you can see Mike and Sully inside the door. And this is obviously Boo's door that they're behind. This one I think is also from Hong Kong, and it is it's a safety pin, but with Mike's face on it. And then this is another one that I think is from Hong Kong. Even though I've never been to Hong Kong Disney World, for a while I had a kick where I was just buying tons of pins from this person there. So that's why I have tons of them. But it's a little ice cream with Mike and Sully as the ice cream scoops. We have another one of those lollipops with Sully's face on it. And then we have this big Sully. I don't really like this pin. It's kind of big and weird looking. I don't know. I think it's the black border around it that throws me off. And kind of like his face. Like, I don't know what facial expression that is. I may get rid of it at some point. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but for right now, we're keeping it. Then the last one is a We Scare Because We Care pin. We're gonna skip over this pin and go into my accidental Stitch collection. Especially if you include my partner's Stitch pins. We definitely have more than I thought we would. But this one is a angel cupcake, and I think this one is from Disneyland Paris. And then we have Stitch holding a red kneed tarantula, I'm pretty sure. I got this pin when I was studying zoology at university, you know, because this is a very zoology-esque pin. And then we have another one, I can't remember this is from, and it's them as Zoom Zooms, Scrump and Stitch. And then we have another Scrump and Stitch pin, and it's them as ice cream cones, just like the Mike and Sully. And then to balance out the angel cupcake, we have a Stitch cupcake as well. And these are like really sparkly pins that I just really like the look of. And then last but not least, we get to do the Up collection. So up here at the top, we have Ellie as an old lady in her chair. And then we have young Ellie as a zookeeper. Then we have Carl and Russell running away from the dogs and the hot air balloon. Then we have the photograph set that has them as young Carl and young Ellie when she's giving him the pin. And then we have Carl, Ellie, nope, not Carl. We have Carl, Russell, and Doug when they're sitting on the edge of the road eating ice cream at the end of the movie. We have Carl just being a grumpy little old man. We have Carl and Ellie when they got married. I got this pin around the time when we got married because our wedding was Up themed. It's definitely Relationship Goals, our favorite movie of all time. At least favorite Disney movie of all time. And then we have, this is a Etsy pin as well. It comes from a small shop. I'll put it up if I can find it. It is the house in a Mickey head shape. Then another photograph Polaroid one with them working at the zoo together. And then we have the entire hot air balloon Hidden Mickey collection with the Russell Chaser, the Carl hot air balloon, the Ellie hot air balloon, the Russell filled in colored, the Doug one, which is probably my favorite. It is so adorable. And the Carl Muntz hot air balloon as well. Then above that we have a DHS pen that you can get from eating ice cream there, if I'm not mistaken. I've never been there, but I was able to snag this Doug pen from that. And then this is one of my favorite pens that I've ever gotten. It's the house when they first buy it on their wedding day, and then you can open it up and it shows the house completed. I think this is a Loungefly pen, but I love this pen so much. And then we have Kevin and her babies. And then we have another, just all of them together, showing all kind of the whole adventure right there on this pen. I really like how this pen looks a whole lot. Honestly, I could say that about a lot of my pens, which I guess is a good thing. Then we have another photograph of them on their wedding day. We have the Grape Soda Award pen. We have a, can't remember where this one's from. I don't think it's from a small shop. It may be. I'll try to figure out where I found it, but I'm not confident that I know where it's from. But it's the mailbox with relationship goals on it, because that's 100% true. Then we have this simple Doug pen. We have this Carl and Ellie pen where they're painting the mailbox, and it's a hinge pen. So you can have the mailbox closed or have the mailbox open, and there's a heart that comes out with a little bit of mail. And then the last Carl and Ellie pen, this one, of them as old people taking a photograph together. And honestly, I don't know if I showed this one because I said I'd come back to it, and I don't think I did. But if I did, sorry. But again, we are seeing Carl Muntz. So those are all my collections that I'm intending on collecting, that my partner is intending on collecting. These are the ones that we're hoping to advance. But because I love pens so much, it's kind of impossible to sometimes not buy some cute pens, even if they don't go in your collection. So that's what this board is for. And honestly, or when you look at it, it kind of has a few starter collections as well. So you can kind of get an overview look at it. It especially looks like I'm starting a Lion King collection and it kind of looks like a Pascal collection too, even though that's just one set. So we'll start up here at the top corner as well. I think this is a Loungefly Wally pen, and Eve, she's really hard to move, but she does, or at least is supposed to move back and forth. I'm not going to mess with it too much because I don't want to break it. Then we have another Wally and Eve pen that says love. Then we have another cupcake that is Tinkerbell. And you can really get the glowy, swirly, sparkly effects in this one. And you'll see there are a lot of spots on this board, and that you can thank my cats for. When I had this down before we were able to hang it up, they got to it before I could. We have another Tinkerbell one that comes from the 50th anniversary with Magic Kingdom. And then we have another one of those ice creams that has a very weird combination. It has one of the little aliens and Marie. Don't know what that's about, but you know, it kind of works, honestly. Then we have a Pizza Planet one that I think is from Loungefly or Box Lunch. You know, I think this one's from Box Lunch, and I think this one's from Box Lunch too. Either way, it's a Disney pin that's from a big retail store, not a small shop. That's all that matters. We have this Toy Story Land pin that I got when it first opened. Then next we have Mickey, who's painting his self-portrait, and you can see that his self-portrait is actually Walt. I really like that one. Then we have Minnie on a cupcake. Then we have Minnie's signature in a "Hello, my name is" Mickey or Minnie shaped head. And then we have, I think, Goofy's feet as a hidden Mickey. We have Donald's feet. I think these are Daisy's feet. They're either Daisy's or Minnie's. Can't remember. And then we have Mickey's feet. And then we have the pink pastel version. We have the yellow pastel version, the green pastel version, the blue pastel version, the orange pastel version, and the chaser. And this Hidden Mickey collection was actually the very first Hidden Mickey collection I ever completed. I'm really excited about that. But underneath that, we have a cast member outfit Hidden Mickey. And I think that's a Dapper Dan. Then we have another cast member Hidden Mickey, and I honestly don't recognize this outfit off the top of my head, so I don't know where that's from. Then we have Mr. Toad riding in his little buggy for his ride in Disneyland. Another cast member outfit Hidden Mickey that I can't remember off the top of my head where it's from. But then this one, I definitely can remember where it's from, and that is Tower of Terror. And then below that we have a BFF Timon and Pumbaa pin. Then besides that we have a Simba lollipop pin. Above that we have a little Hidden Mickey orange bird that is honestly so adorable. Then we have a Peter Pan Duffy. And then above that, another one of my favorite pins that I could not overlook buying, and that is Baymax in a kiwi costume. I think this one is from Hong Kong, and how could anyone overlook this pin? Honestly, I don't know. And then next we have a Sven Hidden Mickey pin, and again, pretty sure this one's fake. Honestly, a lot of the Hidden Mickeys are more than likely fake. Except for my... Okay, you're just laying there now. Okay. Except for my pastels and my two completed collections, I'm pretty sure are at least majority real. And you, my friend, are going to have to get up. We'll come back to those. We'll let him hang out with us, and we'll just ignore those top two rows. Next we have Oliver from Oliver and Company in his little leash. Then we have the High School Musical pin that my uncle got me when we went to Disney World after High School Musical came out, and whenever they were doing all those like High School Musical parades and sing-alongs in the parks. Honestly, what a time to be alive. Then we have a Todd and Copper just best friends pin. Then we have a Bolt Chaser in a dog bone, a Hidden Mickey one. The 2018 Food and Wine Timon and Simba pin. And then we have the Simba pin for the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, or Disney World. And you know, Magic Kingdom is part of it. Then we have another orange bird. This one, he looks very worried, but we'll just overlook that. And then we have a Tomorrowland pin. This pin was being handed out somewhere in Epcot. I can't remember where, but I got it as like a promotional thing for whenever the live action movie was being released. And even though I don't really care about the movie, I think this pin is really cool. Then we have the Hollywood Studios 50th anniversary pin with BB-8. I think that's who that is. I'm not a Star Wars person, so sorry. And then under him, you can kind of see Heimlich from Bug's Life as a popsicle with a little bite taken out of it. And then we have Donald Duck as a Mickey shaped with just his outfit there. Then we have Pooh and Piglet as a ice cream. We have one of the Dalmatians. I think it's one of the kids. But it's definitely a Dalmatian from 101 Dalmatians in a bone. Then we have Pongo and Perdita in a little diamond shape. And then we have a Zoom Zoom of Simba. And then next we have Goofy and Mickey in a soda parlor. I think this is also a DHS pen, but it is a like a 3D pen. They don't move, but it's definitely 3D. And then above that we have 100 Years of Magic with 4 of the Fab Five. Then we have a silhouette of a Mickey head. And then we have Mickey Avenue with Mickey peeking up over his street sign. And then we have Maximus, who doesn't look very pleased at all. But he's here. And same here. On his chaser, he does not look, on his chaser, he does not look amused at all as well. So, he's just not a very happy horse. And then below that, we have a Finding Nemo, Find a Happy Place pin. And then right below that, we have the Finding Nemo, the musical pin. This is a older pin. Before the show got refurbished and renewed, so I don't know if they still sell these, but yeah, that's one of the best musicals that Disney has ever performed. So yeah, and now we must look at the pins that are underneath him, and he is truly spreading out, covering up all the pins. Excuse us, sir. Okay, so the last few pins that were being hidden is this Lady and the Tramp couple pin, this drawing pad hidden Mickey with Lightning McQueen on it, this Lady and the Tramp collar pin, which I don't understand why the collar looks like this instead of like her actual collar. Like, it doesn't make sense, because it's not like that's just how it was, because this Oliver one is from the same collection, and he has a fish. So, I don't know why they did that, but I guess it is what it is. And then besides that, we have a Marie Mickey-shaped pin, and then beside that, we have a bi flag Mickey, and because I'm asexual, I am bi-romantic, so I figured I would get this flag and just kind of collect all the flag colors, because why not? And then right here we have Mickey and Minnie as an ice cream cone, and then the little cherry on top is her bow, if you can see that. Super cute. And then we have another BFFs, which is the Little Mermaid with Ariel and Flounder. And then we have a Flounder ice cream cone with a bite taken out of it, the same as the Heimlich one. And the last Disney pin that I have on the boards is this Ariel pin. And this is another really old one that I've had for a really long time. So yeah, those are all my pins. You can get another overview of them. Yeah. I love them so much, and I have a few buttons, like the Happily Ever After one, my birthday one, this Little Mermaid promotional one, and then these are all my non-Disney pins that I just have. I won't go into them, but you know, you can see them. And then last but not least, I'm going to show my pins that I have that are broken, so they can't be on this board. But we have this mini one that has a ruby for, you know, my birthstone. And this is also a really old pin that I have, so I'm not surprised that it broke. But yeah, and then I have this pair of wings, Mickey. And yeah, oops. Again, it's another one that's snapped off. And the last one that is snapped off is this 2017 Food and Wine Stitch one. That is actually a flippable one. So it has this image on it and this image. So yeah, I want to try to figure out a way to display these three since they've broken, but haven't figured that out yet. So those are my Disney pins. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully one day I'll have an update video and I'll be able to show you all my new pins that I've gotten. The next thing we need, honestly, is a new pin board. And then once I have that, I'll be free to just go on eBay, go on Facebook pin groups, and just buy away. So maybe one day I'll do that soon and show you more pins I have, or maybe even show you some pins that are like my dream pins, like the pins I'm in search of, and we can just have a good time. If you collect Disney pins, please let me know in the comments some of your favorite pins or what like movies or characters you collect. Maybe we have some of the same collections, maybe we don't, but yeah, let me know in the comments all about your Disney pin collections, and I will see you in another video. Bye!